We've all been there, right? You're in Acumatica, you got tons of data to enter, you think, oh, I'll just copy and paste, no problem.
Yeah,
But then sometimes it just doesn't work like you expect. It can
exactly.
be a real pain, especially with a system as complicated as Acumatica. So today we're going to do a deep dive into how to fix those annoying copy-paste problems in Acumatica.
We've got some awesome information from Farhana. She's a solution architect who has seen it all when it comes to ERP.
Oh, wow.
Over 1,000 different scenarios, in fact.
Wow, that's a lot of problem solving.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. Why is copy-paste in Acumatica sometimes so tricky?
You know, it really comes down to the fact that all the different documents in Acumatica have all these different business rules behind them.
Okay.
So something that might work perfectly fine in one place could act totally weird somewhere else.
Oh, so it's not as simple as just selecting, copying, and pasting.
Not always. Acumatica has some really powerful features built in that can make copy and paste work even.
I could see how that would be super helpful for stuff like sales orders or purchase orders.
Usually it just means putting a tiny bit of code called a PX copy-paste action in the right place.
Okay, so PX copy-paste. It's like a little instruction that tells Acumatica, hey, let people copy and paste here.
Right on the money. There's also a pretty cool import-export as XML feature that's really useful for certain system screens. Basically, it lets you save data in a standard format that you can move around or change easily.
Ah, XML, the language of data. So if you're working with multiple Acumatica systems or upgrading to a newer version, you need to be extra careful with that XML import-export feature.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's something super simple, like a hidden field that's not getting copied or a field that's locked in the document where you're trying to paste.
All right, so you copy something from a field that's open in one document. But when you try to paste it into a similar field that's locked in another document, Acumatica's like, nope, not happening.
You got it. Figuring out copy-paste problems in Acumatica can feel a little bit like being a detective, but if you take a step-by-step approach, you can usually find the problem.
Yeah, it sounds like really understanding how Acumatica works can make a big difference when you're trying to fix these kinds of problems.
And that's where someone like Farhana and her team at Tayana Solutions can be super helpful.
So we've talked about the technical stuff with copy-paste in Acumatica, but let's take a step back for a minute and think about the bigger picture. That's a really interesting thought. We often get so caught up in the day-to-day stuff that we forget about how much these little things can actually affect our business.
You're right. Getting really good at Acumatica's copy-paste features can be a total game changer.
And if you're ready to make that happen, Tayana Solutions is there to help. Their number is 678-910-2774. You might want to write that down.
Yeah, seriously, put it in your contacts right now.